Hello everyone, I'm Lainey Bonsell and this is Teresita Link with LTHome. We wanted to reach out to you today to talk a little bit about new regulations surrounding Laneway Housing and Garden Suites in the City of Toronto. I'm sure you've seen some of the news come out over the past couple of weeks about sort of some of the exciting new possibilities when it comes to additional housing.
Right, so laneway housing was approved in about 2018, but you had to have a laneway access to be able to build a laneway house. So the garden suites are different because you don't have to have any separate access. I mean, obviously you still need to be able to have access for like emergency services and things. And there's like setbacks and regulations about the amount of square footage you can add and tree protection. There's still rules. But the biggest thing here is they've changed the zoning. So the zoning now permits these garden suites, which you've seen garden suites, they exist, but you had to jump through a lot of hoops to get the permits. But now because it's become a part of the zoning, it's going to make it easier for people to get permits to add these garden suites.
Absolutely. So the idea is that hopefully we're able to provide more housing, which is essentially what we need in the City of Toronto right now. How do you feel this is going to affect the market?
I would love to say this is going to be the solution to our housing crisis, but and it's good because we are headed in the right direction, and any opportunity to create more housing is great. But the reality is that our supply and demand issue isn't going to be solved by the amount of garden suites that are going to be able to be built.
There are also the limitations of the cost. It is not an inexpensive venture. Roughly $350 to $450 per square foot. Does make it somewhat cost prohibitive for the general homeowner. It does have to be part of your existing property. It can't be something that's going to be severed and sold as a separate entity. So you're still using the same services as your main property. But it does offer a great solution for people who are looking for a multi-generational option.
Mm-hmm.
So aging parents have somewhere to stay close by, but are not in your space, perhaps grown children, etc. So it often offers some interesting options for sure.
I think it also helps for the people who maybe have a lot of equity, who are buying investment properties right now. It allows them to use that equity to create more housing instead of taking housing away from other people who are looking for housing. So I think it's a good opportunity. The other kind of interesting point, or something worth noting, is that the city has also said that after the 200th permit has been approved, or within 2 years, whichever one comes first, all the data is going to be sent back to a committee to review, assuming that we'll keep these going. But it's important to know that this is something that they are still keeping an eye on to make sure this is something that's going to work for the city.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear more about what you think. Is this an option that you would consider? Is it something you've thought about? Or is it sort of something that just sort of passes you by? Let us know what you think and reach out if we can help out at all.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day.